To stop using your childhood as an excuse for your bad behavior, hence your trauma, you start realizing that as you get older, you keep tolerating that, it's actually your fault. I'm just going to be real. It's not our fault that we grew up the way that we did, and the pain and the distraught and the trauma that we went through. It's not our fault, but it's our fault if we keep entangling ourselves into those consistent experiences that bring us that pain over and over. As a human civilization, we all have two things in common. The first one is, we exist, so what's the importance of my existence? And how can I make it worth living? Second thing we all have in common is the fact that the economy, politics, or jobs, or the prejudice of people's perspectives make us feel like there's something against us. And because of that, we have a tendency to believe that we feel like we're not worthy of happiness. Now, beautiful beings, let's just dive right into it. I want you to understand these 5 simple keys to why you feel like you're not worthy of happiness. And it's a lot more internal than you think it's external. Because we like to think that everything outside of us is the reason why we're not succeeding. But then some of us believe the way we think, what we believe in, is the reason for our downfall. We think we can't change that. But I'm here to help you understand. There's absolutely the ability to adapt, be flexible, and have the ability to absolutely change to the point you're not formulating your existence based off the world or worldly things, but you're basing off your existence of understanding the importance within you and only agreeing with that rather than what things outside of you are perceiving how you should be. So, beautiful beings, let's get into the first step in understanding why you feel like you're not worthy of happiness. You feel you're only worthy if you show up for others. People pleaser much? It's okay. I recovered from that for years of being a people pleaser. But why would I say that as a first step? It's because sometimes we believe that we have to continuously keep giving in order to receive something in return. And in that, we have a tendency to overextend ourselves to the point of depletion, to the point of thinking that, damn, I have to give up absolutely everything of myself in order to feel like I'm recognized by the universe or a higher power you believe in, or just by some sense of good luck. But here's the thing. It's beautiful to give. But at the same time, if you feel you're only giving to receive, that's a form of manipulation towards energy. So it's beautiful to give, but at the same time, it's not good to give when you have nothing to give. And it's okay to allow yourself to rejuvenate if you don't have the ability to show up. If you don't have the ability to say yes to what people want. The majority of us believe sometimes we don't know subconsciously that our insecurities or a sense of worthiness comes from validation or attention. Or you probably were that person for a long time myself. I was that person that really didn't give much attention when I was younger. And whenever I did get an invitation or attention, I just delved right into it. But I didn't realize, I didn't have no discernment to distinguish what am I getting myself into and is it good for my well-being. But it took some time. And after I started realizing and gaining that discernment, I gave myself the ability to say, it's okay to say no. It's okay to realize what's best for me. And I want you to understand that you don't always need to give to receive good things. I feel the way our world, not the world that we live in society, but the existence of the universe, of what our Creator has created for us. The whole purpose of it is your consciousness. How do you think? And what do you put your focus on? And majority of our focus comes from our life force. And in other words, our beliefs. So what are you putting your life force focus on and giving so much energy to that's giving you results that you want or don't want. So that is the first step in understanding why you don't feel worthy of happiness. It's probably because you're overextending yourself so much that you're not realizing your own worth and your own importance to your existence. And it's about time to realize that you have to gain the discernment to understand what is best for you. And you don't always need to give. Sometimes it's not about you always giving to others. Sometimes it's about you giving to yourself. And that's what makes you start feeling very worthy of receiving. Now, the second step to why you don't feel worthy of happiness: perfectionism. Oh, isn't that a killer? It's such a killer. You know, for a long time, not only was I a people pleaser, but I try to prove myself by trying to find what's going to give me a sense of success, to get a sense of validation or respect. So in doing this video right now, I really don't want to do it. And because I don't feel called to do videos all the time, but before, I pushed myself, I forced myself. Because we believe that in order to manifest, we have to put actions towards what we are speaking and visualizing, and that's very true. But when you're putting too much action into it, you got to understand rest is part of the process. I don't want to do these videos all the time. I've been busy. October was such a busy month for me, and it's still busy because I'm traveling so much, because I'm doing what I highly enjoy as a career. But when I do come on here, sometimes I'm starting to realize that doing these videos, I do when I'm at my lowest, because that's when I'm at my best. That's when I'm learning. That's when I'm growing. And what I'm really saying here is that perfectionism can destroy you from thinking you're not worthy of happiness, is because you think you always have to overproduce. And overproducing doesn't give you the results that you want. It's creating a sense of desperation out of you. But sometimes, maybe when you're in that sense of desperation and wanting so much, sometimes that could make you break inside and make you feel like I should give up. And that's at a moment where you're very low. But that's the perfect moment to start realizing maybe there's something within you that you need to release. Release attachment. Release a sense of insecurity. Releasing a sense of unworthiness. Releasing the sense of thinking that you have to be perfect. And here's the thing. The reason why we're imperfect is because how else are we going to learn how to grow and have compassion for ourselves in order to extend that compassion to others? So that's the second reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness. Now, the third reason of why you don't feel worthy of happiness is, this is a big one, but going back to perfectionism, sometimes you got to release things in order to be able to receive your blessings. And that's not about just overproducing. It's about probably letting go of the perfectionism and the overproduction mindset of always taking action. Sometimes to receive blessings is not to expect them, but to know you already deserve them, and forgetting that you told yourself that you deserve them, but feeling it instead. This is going to be a triggering one for a lot of you. Your childhood is no longer an excuse. I know you get on YouTube or you watch Instagram Reels or you watch TikToks, and everyone's always talking about inner child. Yes, keep your inner child alive. That's what's going to make you stay close to your heart, which is the most powerful component in order for you to not only love and forgive and receive, but to be at peace. You hear a lot of people say, this person's probably like this because of their childhood or their parents, what type of parents they grew up with. Listen, I went down that path, and it took me a while to start realizing I can't use my childhood as an excuse to why I am the way that I am, to why I feel unworthy of happiness. I can't. I healed a lot from that, done extensive therapy and extensive internal introspection and healing. But I started to realize, and I hope what I'm saying will help you realize, is that using your childhood as an excuse for your bad behavior, hence your trauma, you start realizing that as you get older, you keep tolerating that, it's actually your fault. I'm just gonna be real. It's not our fault. that we grew up the way that we did, and the pain and the distraught and the trauma that we went through. It's not our fault, but it's our fault if we keep entangling ourselves into those consistent experiences that bring us that pain over and over. It's our fault if we entertain people that hurt us. It is our choice if we go into a situationship, or a relationship, or a friendship, or a job site, or a job kind of interaction where it brings us disappointment, a sense of inferiority. It is our fault if we entertain that, because we haven't allowed ourselves to learn the lessons of why we entertained that in the first place. And we have to learn that the reason why we keep using our childhood as an excuse to why we don't feel worthy of happiness is because it gives us a sense of something to blame, when really we got to swallow the hard pill of realizing sometimes we are our own problem, because we keep entertaining that thing that's familiarizing us with that pain. So that is the third reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness, is because you keep entertaining what you're familiarized with by the trauma that you went through. You can face that is by allowing yourself to see that, yeah, I'm familiarized with this, but sometimes in order to break something, you gotta get so tired of it. So you gotta ask yourself a question. Do you actually like those situations you're putting yourself in because you're familiarized with it? Or is it because you think you don't have the courage to break out of it? And that leads us into our fourth reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness, and that is, if you keep expecting what you are used to, you feel like that's all you will ever get. And that goes back to the reason why you feel like you're only good enough for breadcrumbs in a relationship. You only feel like you're good enough for a certain job. You only feel like you can't apply to a new type of career that you want because you don't have the credentials for it. The fourth reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness is because you think, since you've only experienced a certain level of some sort of satisfaction in life, you think that's all you're good for, because that's all you ever experienced, so you think you would never get more. I'll share a personal story with you guys. I'm traveling in New Hampshire, and yesterday I was at a hotel in a certain area. Wasn't bougie, I would say, but I'm actually with someone right now, a partner in my career, and they decided to choose this hotel today and the restaurant we went to. And let me tell you, it's very fucking bougie. Don't get me wrong, I love luxurious things, who doesn't? But now that I'm experiencing it, going on that walk, going to that restaurant, being in this hotel, I'm starting to realize, whoa, the reason why I chose yesterday that hotel, that place to eat, is because that's what I'm familiarized with. And I didn't think I could have something better, because I started to see small, like I'm on a budget, like I should save money. But today, now I'm realizing the money will come. The experience you can never get unless you experience. And I'm starting to realize that, the reason why I felt unworthy of happiness, and the reason why you feel unworthy of happiness, is because you're so familiarized with what you've already experienced. And because of that, you believe that having more is too triggering because you never had it. And sometimes the only way to break out of what you're familiarized with is by experiencing what is uncomfortable. And sometimes, majority of us are scared of more money, are scared of more success, are scared of taking more action in a sense that's going to make us break out of our fears or overcome them. It's because that makes us starting to realize there's a void period we have to go through of our old self and a new version of us. And that void period is very fucking uncomfortable, because we don't know who we are. We're not really clear on what we want, and we don't know where we're going, because we're fearful of the unknown, because we think we gotta know it all. What if I told you knowing it all is going to keep you compartmentalized in a place where you don't want to be? And that is going to be the reason for either your own downfall or why you don't experience life. So that is the fourth reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness, is because you're not helping yourself break out of your own box that you're already comfortable with, but you got to learn how to get uncomfortable breaking out of it, because that's the only way you're going to see how much more you deserve. By you first seeing what it is inside of you, that's going to help you realize what you deserve. Fifth and final reason why you don't feel worthy of love, worthy of happiness. And now brace yourself. Not a lot of people would believe in a creator, would believe in a God, would believe in anything, or you're probably an atheist. That's okay. Just keep an open mind with this last and next reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness, and that is you feel you are not worthy of God's, the universe, or higher powers blessings for you. It's because in some way, somehow, you believe something is against you. And I know a lot of us, sometimes even in Christianity, no offense to Christianity, I have a lot of Christian friends, they believe there's a such thing as the devil or the enemy or darkness or a curse that's put upon you, or ancestral curse that is put upon you, that you feel like is against your finances, that you feel like it's against any form of happiness of you experiencing. Makes you believe that maybe there's not a higher power that's looking out for me. Maybe there's not any guides or ancestors that care about me. Maybe everything is against me. But the reason why you feel unworthy of happiness is because you don't think you're worthy of our Creator's blessings. Let me tell you something. Your existence is not for no reason. You had to come onto this planet because you chose to. You chose to come here because you were very exhilarated by the fact that you can go somewhere where you can have your five senses and heighten and experience life. But the only rule is you have to forget why you came here, and you had to forget where you came from. Because what is the point of existing if you knew everything? What is the point of existing if you knew how to manifest everything? What is the point of existing if you knew your worth and you had it all? You wouldn't be as fulfilled. So these trials, these tribulations, this adversity is making you become a person who's going to have the courage to make life worth living, and make you understand that your existence is not only here for a reason, but it's here because how fun would it be to figure out how to create blessings? Think about it. If you were an inventor of something, and you were the person who invented that, and you got all the recognition and all the accolades and all the life you could ever experience, how do you think that would make you feel? That would make you feel like you're so rich and successful. That will make you feel like damn, life is getting so much better. That's exciting. So why not have the trials and tribulations and the adversity? Why not have those rock bottoms? Why not have those moments where that helped you build a character, build who you didn't think you could be, to help you understand parts of yourself that you did not see, in order for you to realize how fucking extraordinary and magnificent you are. Not to the point you think you're more important than other people, but to the point you start realizing, damn, I could create my own fucking lane. I could think how I want to think. I could believe in what I want to believe. And I don't have to be of this world, but I'm in this world. But let me carve out my own path that's far away from these sheeps that people are, that follow trends, that follow the ways of society, and build something that feels right for you. And you have the authenticity to have a sense of peace, even if people don't understand it, even if people envy it, even if people question it or judge it. You're so congruent in yourself that you don't give a fuck what people think about. And in doing that, you start realizing, like, damn, I can receive blessings once I start realizing I am the blessing. And you start building the character to care more about not just your reputation, because the reputation is of the ego, edging God out. You're only caring about how people perceive you, but you care about your character, how you want to be perceived, how you want to make an impact when you meet people, by greeting people by their name, by treating people, absolutely everyone, with respect, by having discernment to know how to have respect for yourself and saying no and having boundaries, but also understanding that by you choosing what is best for you, you're marking something new in this world that the world doesn't experience every day. And because of that authenticity, people are not going to forget you. People are not going to forget how you made them feel. People are going to think about you. People are going to recognize that, damn, never met a person like that. That person got swag. That person got flavor. That person has an intellectual mind. Whoa, that person's so understanding. Like, that's crazy. And the reason why I say it's crazy because the fact that you did the work to start realizing how to create a connection with our creator that created you, not just your parents, to build the consciousness level to understand the reasoning of existence and starting to find questions within the universe by questioning it and start resonating with the answers that the universe somewhat communicates to you, and start cultivating ways of thinking and being that you start seeing life in such an extraordinary way, not the way that other people think, not the way your parents think, or family, or friends, or people around you, or people at work. You start realizing things that the way you want to see it. Life becomes more fucking peaceful. It becomes more beautiful. It becomes more extraordinary because you're experiencing it in your own damn way. And you start realizing life is a blessing because you're seeing it as a blessing, because you're realizing you're the blessing who's experiencing the blessing. And that's how you're opening yourself up to receive blessings. So that is the last reason why you don't feel worthy of happiness, is because you don't feel worthy of our Creator's blessings for you. And you think somehow in some way something is against you, but really it's just you against you. And once you start working together with yourself, I guarantee you're gonna have the whole heavens, the universe, or luck, whatever you believe in, right behind you, confirming with you you're right. Because the universe or God only goes by what you're thinking, what you're believing. So if you believe you're not worthy of this or this or this or that, they're going to confirm that for you. But if you work on yourself and make that your number one job every single day, to work on your mentality and your emotionality, and to start realizing, yes, I deserve this and this and this and this and this, but remaining humble and not biting the hand that feeds you, and everything is going to back you up to confirm that truth for you. So beautiful beings, now that you know the reason why you're not worthy of happiness, I bet you will want to learn what is the most important thing that you need to learn to let go of in order for you to have the ability to start allowing happiness in. And that video will be right here for you. Till then, I'll see you on the next one. Only love.